not worry.
Hello and welcome to a brand new Do Not Worry solo stream. I'm your host, Anthony, coming to you from the heart of Lebanon in the 09. I'm coming to you solo tonight. Well, I mean, not exactly solo. I'm joined by the beautiful Lego Lord of the Rings Rivendell set, a beautiful gift by our friends at Bricking. The only reason it's still on that table is because I am building a shelf. Most likely on Tuesday, I'm going to have a shelf installed just to have this thing on. And for more space for future Lego builds. Guys, just take a second to thank our friends at Bricking. Give them a follow on Instagram. Check out their website. They have the cheapest prices in all of Lebanon, the most amount of sets, the most exclusive sets, retired sets, everything you guys want. They're Lego experts. They're Lego freaks. So if you want any Lego, Mega Blocks, any kind of building block, they're your people. And I'm going to be filming a review. I already filmed all the B-roll for it. I need to film some more. What the fuck was that? I need to film some more B-roll. And, Kai Clean, I can't blame you. I have it, and I'm still jealous of myself for having that set. But now I want more. That's the problem. So anyways, I'm going to be filming a review for the rest of this thing. Some more B-roll, and that'll be out sometime next week. Today is a different stream than we do on the channel. Tonight, we're just talking video games. Literally, nothing else. Just my PlayStation 2 game collection. That's what we're doing. We're talking PS2 games. Sarah, by the way, AdamX has your gift. Okay, it should be arriving probably tomorrow, most likely. So they have your number, they have your address, they have your gift. Okay, it's on its way. Rafi, you as well. So today we're going to be ranking my PlayStation 2 game collection. Here's my PlayStation 2. It's right here. My beautiful, beautiful. Let me just remove this for a second. It's going to take up a lot of space. Look at this beautiful thing right here. This beautiful PlayStation. Still in great condition, technically, with my memory card. 8 megabytes. Isn't that fucking crazy? 8 megabyte memory card. That's insane. Marina, hello. Magnetic Tuatara, hello. Before we get going into our nostalgic stream, we're going to be doing a tier list, essentially. I have a whole stack, my whole stack of PlayStation 2 games next to me. And the plan is to go through them one by one. You know what I mean? And then I prepared a whole tier list. Here it is. And we're going to rank these one by one from S to F. I have 28 games in my humble PlayStation 2 game collection. Okay, nothing too crazy. So we're going to get into it momentarily. But before we get going, let me just take a second to remind you guys that we have a members goal of 600 members by the end of the month. We currently have 576 members. Thank you so much to all of our members that I would like to take a second to thank. Our members get exclusive weekly live streams. They're getting one Monday or Tuesday. I just wanted to take a second to thank our lovely members and patrons who make sure that this show can happen every week. Where is that Patreon? I can never find it. There it is. Boom. There we go. Lovely members such as Selena Dreams, BIO Illustrations, Akhwat, Rami Winter 2309, Daza Direct, Henna Bean, Noah B 7947, Lily 93345, Colin Lacey 2383, Misinterpret 98, as well as Ram Jam 69, and more. We love you guys so much. Thank you for being members and supporting the channel. Also, let me take a second to thank some of our lovely patrons who also get exclusive content every month, such as my reactions to Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, one of my favorite shows of all time. I'm going to be filming my second one next week as well. And Nour and Karine are uploading their show, Fantasy Board Review, where they read strange books, strange fiction, and they read it together. They review it with you guys. That is all exclusive to Patreon. You can't get it if you're a member. So join us on Patreon and support us there as well. Thank you to our God tier patrons like Elian Mujabir, Yalla Mabruk, superhero patrons like Claudia, Rana F, and Maroon Buslamin, blonde patrons like Bomb Venusaur, Lipton Ramen, Haley Davis, Isha Matni, and Lorea Zabaleta, as well as our abductee patrons like Bertram Balk, Dizzle McFizzle, Tedney, Jamie, Mello, and Samira Dada. There we go. Ooh, Miles Murphy Cork says Gun was an amazing pre-Red Dead Redemption game. Did you see that on my did you get a glimpse of that on my tier list? Because I very much do own gun, and I'm very excited to talk to you guys about it because we'll get into it. We'll get into it. But yeah, Miles Murphy Cork says gun was an amazing pre-Red Dead Redemption game. So with that down, thank you to our members, thank you to our patrons, and if you guys like video games, I mean, if you're here watching me talk about video games and you want to see some more video game related content, consider subscribing to Do Not Worry Gaming. I'm going to pin the link in the live chat for you guys to subscribe. I'm currently playing Dark Souls 2 with my best friend Elias, and we had a special visitor this week himself, Chris, our good friend, community member Chris, who's always in the live chat. We love him. One of our mods came here, brought us delicious petit food, played Dark Souls with us. It was a great time. I'm also currently playing Lego Lord of the Rings, a very fun and nostalgic game as well. So if you guys like nostalgia, you like Lord of the Rings, you like Lego, join me on the gaming channel. Give it a subscribe. We'd love to see you there. And now, without further ado, let us get into the tier list for my PlayStation 2 game collection. Before we get going, let me just give you guys a bit of context, I guess. I got my PlayStation 2, I guess in like 2002, 2003. I remember I got the chunky, original, fat PS2. You know what I mean? This thing's beautiful. I took really good care of this thing. In Lebanon, it was very common. In fact, it was more than common for people to mod their PS2s and buy bootleg games. Everybody did it in the country. My cousins, my best friend, everybody, most people did it. You know what I mean? It's like, why would you want to pay, in Lebanese logic, why would you want to pay $60 for a video game when you can get it for $1 or for $2? And I mean, in Lebanon, look, it was much more accessible to get video games. Salaries here weren't really high for people, so like not a lot of people could afford to drop $60 for video games. Let's be real. I was one of the rare kids, and not because I could afford it, not because I was rich, none of that. I, for some reason, had this like morality thing where I was like, I refuse to buy a bootleg game. Like, because I felt like if I bought something bootleg, it had no real value. Not like monetary value that like I can't go resell this on like the resale market, but like I felt like if I don't know, I just can't describe it. Like I know how I would describe it now as an adult. I'm trying to explain it to you guys through the eyes of a child, 10, 11-year-old me. When my parents, like everyone in here, like, hey, mod your PlayStation. Okay, we'd much rather pay $2 to get you this many video games versus $60 to get you one game. Everyone was trying to convince me to do it. Like, even my parents were like, look, your friend did it. His PlayStation works fine. I had this thing like, no, if I mod my PlayStation, it's more likely to break and need to be repaired. Because I also did know of a lot of people that, because when you're modding your PlayStation, you have to take it to like some guy who like did something to it. I can't remember how if it was just software or like hardware related. But like I had this fear that like something's gonna happen to my PlayStation if I mod it. And then I was like, but if I have these like games that cost $1, like I'm not gonna feel like they have any value. I'm not gonna feel like they mean anything to me if I can just get it, chuck it in the trash, and then like not care about it. You know what I mean? And just get another one. I felt like I don't know. And I was always a collector. I used to like to collect action figures. My cousins were collectors. I used to like to collect things. So I'm like, if I have a collection of bootleg video games, is it gonna really mean anything to me? So at the time, as a child, I decided that no, it wouldn't mean anything to me. So I was dropping $60 per game when all of my friends were buying 10 games at a time, playing the whole fucking Sony catalog of games. Every single game you could play, I was out there saving money to get to play like one game at a time. And like at the time, like, yeah, reviews were like available. I wasn't that, internet savvy as a little boy with like shitty internet. We got our first like family computer. Like, I can't remember how old I was, to be honest with you guys. So it's not like I had easy access to like reviews. This game is great. Don't buy this game. It was kind of like, for the most part, I made a great choice. But as we're going to see together, I made some shit choices. And when you drop $60 on a shit game and then you can't afford another game for like a while, it stings. Let me tell you that. So, yeah, that's my situation with them games. So I guess let's start talking about it. Yeah, so just keep in mind, that's my collection. So, I mean, if you're thinking like after all these years and you had a PlayStation for how long and you only had 28 games, listen, that's all I could afford. 28 games is a whole lot of fucking games. You know what I mean? For a child, dropping $60 per game. And obviously, like, I got games as presents and stuff. Like, it wasn't just me buying games. And the money that I saved was from my parents. Like, it's not like I was working a job. But, like, So, I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's get going. Also, we're just experimenting with this. Like, I want to see how many people watch this. I don't anticipate a lot of views for this live stream. Let's see how it goes. Okay, let us start with Let's switch over to the... Let me minimize myself just a tad. Titty tad. Okay, that seems good. Can you guys see? Should I enlarge it a little bit here? Yeah, that's a little better. Why not? Okay. Let's start with this. Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi. And do you guys want me to pull it? I can pull up footage as well, so... Ooh. Hell yeah. Okay. So Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi, I was always a big Dragon Ball fan when I was a kid. I didn't like read the manga or like watch every single episode of the anime, but I watched a whole bunch of them on and off. I had the action figures. Like, it was something that I was very aware of. I was not the biggest fan, but I was a fan. And I'm rewatching all of Dragon Ball Z now as an adult, actually. So I always liked the Budokai games. I thought they were awesome. This was the first one that I was able to buy. Budokai Tenkaichi. This one was really cool. It had like very cool cell shaded animation, so it didn't look like the other Budokai games. The other ones looked like more traditional, like, you know, computer generated characters. This one had very bright colors. It looked like a comic book or like an anime, you know, brought to life. So I thought this was really dope. It was super fun. I remember this was one of my Christmas games. I remember one Christmas where I got like 2 or 3 video games. I think I got this and Gun at the same time. That was a good fucking Christmas. Let me tell you guys that. Let me tell you, that was a good Christmas vacation. So, Budokai Tenkaichi. Let's look at some gameplay. So, I mean, look, honestly, it looks great to this day. I have the new, what is it called? Spring something. I have the new Dragon Ball game on PS5. I mean, it looks obviously better than this, but like this was pretty, for the time, for early 2000s. When did this game come out? This came out in 2005. For a 20-year-old game, this looks like it could have come out today, honestly. Just like the grass looks kind of shitty, but the character models for Goku and you know, I forgot what that dude's called. Isn't that Goku's brother? Ain't that Goku's brother or something? Anyways, this game was dope. So how would I rank this? How would I rank Budokai Tenkaichi? We have it, by the way, from S to F. What is the normal tier list like range? I know S, A, B, C. It ended at D. I added E and F. To me, it's more dramatic to have an F. So Budokai Tenkaichi. I mean, that game was definitely like a solid B for now. Like that, it wasn't an S tier game, but I really had a lot of fun with that game. Enjoyed the living shit out of it, and it inspired me to this day to still play these Dragon Ball fighting games. It was super. Let me go get the new one. 1 second. Boom. There you go. Here's a new one, Sparking Zero. I got this like a few months ago, maybe a year ago. Super fun, super nostalgic, and I literally bought it to relive, you know, the feelings of playing Dragon Ball Tenkaichi. And playing this inspired me to rewatch Dragon Ball Z on the side so I can like remember the story, because the games tell you the story, but very briefly. So I was like, that's not how I want to relive the story. So I was watching the anime while playing this game. Super fun. Highly recommend Sparking Zero. But anyways, I think a B for now is solid for Budokai Tenkaichi. I might put it up to an A, but like Average Joker says I'd give Budokai Tenkaichi 3 and A. Well, this is just the first Tenkaichi. This is Tenkaichi 1. I don't think I got to play Tenkaichi 2 or 3. Let's see what's next on the list. Let's pick something a little more random. Ooh. Okay, what is True Crime New York City? Has anyone played True Crime New York City? Random like cop game. You're a cop. This was a sequel to like True Crime LA. I had never played True Crime LA. I loved GTA at the time, I remember. So I'm like, if this is like a GTA type game where you can drive around, you know, get in a car, get into shootouts, I wanted to play something like that. And I remember this one had really good graphics at the time. Let's see. True Crime NYC. PS2. They have it in HD now? 4K? Yeah, this game was kind of... I mean, this game was a lot of fun at the time. Let's see what it looked like. Get a little bit of that, of a reminder of the graphics. Come on, what's up with the internet? I remember that music. Is this the story? Okay, let's just cut to some gameplay. Look at that, driving a car. Yeah, this was like GTA's poor cousin. This was GTA's, you know, less fun cousin. But it was okay at the time. I mean, you know what I mean? But like, again, I dropped $60 for this one. I should have dropped, you know, at most $2. Let's be real. True Crime New York City. Not a bad game, I would say. But I mean, hey, if I'm going to give it a C, look, let's give it a look. I need to judge these games on if I enjoyed them at the time. Okay, I need to try to remember on how I felt at the time when I was playing them. Okay, so at the time, I was kind of digging this game. Like, I think I would even give this a C. But if I give this a C, I gotta raise. Yeah, Tenkaishi's going up to an A because it makes no sense. So Budokai Tenkaichi goes up to an A. Budokai, I'm sorry I disrespected you. I'm sorry. Would you forgive me? Yes, okay, we're good. It forgives me, folks. So True Crime is going to get a C, New York City. If I were to judge this now, I would tell you it's a shitty game. But at the time, I kind of dug it. You can put people in your trunk. You could plant evidence as a cop. Like, fuck cops. But like, you literally, if you found someone and you search them and they had nothing on them, you had like a button to press and you would plant some drugs in them. And you get to take them to jail. How cool is that? Come on, man. For that alone, it gets a C. Planting evidence taught me important things as a child. So that's True Crime New York City. We don't need to spend too much time talking about that game. What's next? Ooh, okay, let's talk about this one. Hitman Contracts. Now, Hitman games are very popular. They still make them to this day. It's one of the most popular franchises, one of the most enduring franchises. Hitman Contracts. Cointracts. That is a good game. This game was dope. And you know the typical... Wait, where's the hotel one? That was my fucking favorite one, dude. Yes. This was the one. This was my favorite mission, dude. You had to go inside this hotel, infiltrate... I mean, you guys know, right? You play the secret agent. What's his name? 47? Was that his number? Yeah, Agent 47. You got the barcode on your neck. You get to dress up as people. You walk into like a hotel. You walk into a restaurant. You choke out the waiter. You dress as a waiter. You walk around. You have a target. You got to kill the target. Okay, and without getting noticed. Those games are fucking awesome. This was the first Hitman I ever played, and I think the last one too. I haven't played any of the new ones. I'm dying to, honestly. If they're anything like this game, I would love to play a Hitman game. I don't know why I haven't played another one recently. Actually, I might have tried. I do think I tried one on PlayStation 3. Actually, I just can't remember. But that was still many years ago. I love this game. Here you're in a hotel. It's this massive hotel. And I remember like you end up killing a guy in like the sauna or something. He's in the pool. You end up killing him. Miles Murphy Cork says, I loved Splinter Cell as well, but there was a mission where you worked with the IDF. Holy shit, really? Yeah, that fucking sucks. Yo, fuck that. Look at that. Let me cut to... Yeah, there's the pool area. This is where you kind of end up killing the guy. Look at that. You're dressed as a security guard right now. It's the best, dude. You just dress up as like a bellboy, a waiter, a chef. You walk around silently murdering people. God, I need to play the new one. I need to play the new one. Which one should I play? Someone recommend a Hitman game that I should play. Because I tried to download one once and then it made it seem... Yeah, so you end up... Yeah, dude, this was so great. It made it seem like you had to be... Like it was like an online game. An online Hitman game or whatever. What's happening with Hitman? Look at that. Look at that. I don't think that's how I killed him. I think like I put something in the sauna. I can't fucking remember. But I do remember him like floating like that. Look at that, dragging his body out of the water. Dude, this is so great. Anyways, so Hitman Contracts. Love this game. This game is, I mean, a solid B. This game was a solid B. Damn, this is a C though? Nah, man. True Crime goes down to a D. I'm sorry. True Crime. I don't know how I feel about this game. It's really tearing me apart. At the time, it was kind of fun. Okay, you could stay at a C. You could stay at a C. Blood Money, right? So Blood Money was next. That was after that one. Squeaky Clean says atmospheric. Indeed, very atmospheric. Yeah, like Miles Murphy. Love the mood in these games. so immersive. I remember there was like a hunting mission where there was like this castle, this manor somewhere, and there's all these hunters gathered there for like this big game or competition that they do, and you have to go kill one of them. So everyone's armed, and it's at night. It's a dope ass game. That was a really good fucking game, I gotta say. Okay, what do we got next? These are all bangers. But let's do this one actually. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Yeah, Medina says playing the new one on stream would be funny. I agree. I feel it would be super fun. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Now, the prequels are controversial for many reasons. People love them now. At the time, we hated them. Now, when the prequels came out, I was a child. This one came out in, like, what, 2007 or 2005? Holy shit. 2005? So I was like 14 or 15 when this came out. At the time, when Phantom Menace came out, I loved it. I was like 9 years old. Sue me. I thought it was awesome. I didn't understand half of it. The Trade Federation, trade routes, all the politics. Like, what the fuck are they talking about? But like Darth Maul, Qui-Gon, Obi-Wan, the lightsaber battles. I was like 9 years old, man. It was fucking awesome. Then Attack of the Clones, even though I was like 11, I knew that sucked. I did not like Attack of the Clones. I did not like even as a kid, I felt like something weird about Hayden Christensen's performance. I'm like, what is this? So did not like Attack of the Clones. Then Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, like no one really liked it, but like the other two, and by the time I got to Revenge of the Sith, I started to dislike Episode 1. I grew up, I watched it a few more times. I'm like, yeah, this movie's kind of weird. So I was still excited for Episode 3 because it was Star Wars, and at the time, movies were a big thing. Like Lord of the Rings was coming out, Harry Potter was coming out, the Spider-Man trilogy had come out, Star Wars was coming out. We were eating good as millennials, as young kids in the early 2000s, so I was hyped for it anyways. Look, it's the best out of the trilogy. Is that saying much? No, but it's the best prequel of the three, and it's got a lot of redeeming qualities. And look, with time, as I've aged, as the trilogy has aged, the prequel trilogy, I do appreciate it more. At least the creativity, like, you know, George Lucas went fucking nuts with these fucking things. You know what I'm saying? The dialogue, horrible. The story, rushed. Also, horrible for lots of it. But, and even the effects at the time, I found them very jarring because, like, the old movies looked so dirty and, like, you know, everything was done by hand. And you had, like, puppets and people in costumes. And then it was all, like, shiny, weird CGI and blue screen, green screen. It was weird, okay? But anyways, Revenge of the Sith was the most fun. Like, execute Order 66. Leave us. Yeah, some fun shit. You know what I'm saying? Some good Palpatine moments. But anyways, the game. Movie tie-in games were known at the time, still to this day, for being shit. Do they still make movie tie-in games? Not a lot. I mean, I'm playing the new Avatar game. That one's decent. But anyways, movie tie-in games were notoriously bad. And this game got a lot of, like, meh reviews, I remember. Like, no one loved it. It got, like, 5s and 6s everywhere. Let me see. Revenge of the Sith. Revenge of the Sith, PS2. But what I'm going to say, hot take, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith was actually not bad. It was like a super decent, like it acquitted itself well. It just recreated the most like iconic moments of the third movie. You had like straightforward missions, pretty linear, some decent, you know, halfway decent lightsaber action. And when you beat the game, you were able to enter this like PvP mode where you literally, it was like Mortal Kombat, but with Jedi. You were literally able to grab your favorite characters and battle.
The Chancellor isn't in this hangar. We have to
like, look, and the graphics weren't half bad at the time.
We're going to have company. Try mixing light.
Sorry, the quality's fucking sucks.
Light and heavy attacks.
Thanks for the tip.
I can look at it. Look, at the time, give me a lightsaber. You know what I mean? Smooth graphics, some cool Star Wars references. This was a fun game. I'll say it.
Keep your guard up.
You went to like nice, you went to different planets. Look at that, like nice different environments. So it was always very varied. Look at that, you're fighting in a spaceship. You have like, you can see the battle right underneath you. Like that shit was pretty dope. I'm sorry, in 2005, like that was dope looking.
Those electro stats.
So this game was a lot of fun. I know it's like it would be considered mediocre, but again, as a kid, getting to relive my favorite Star Wars Episode 3 moments, which weren't many, but there were a couple. It was a fun game. So we're going to give it a respectable ranking here. We're going to give it A nice B. I refuse to put it next to New York. Okay, you know what? New York City. No, you know what? You still earned that. I need to open Metacritic. What did these games get on Metacritic? Can we at least do that? Can we see what they got on Metacritic? True Crime, New York City. But we're gonna give Revenge of the Sith a nice solid B. I think it's a good solid B, man. I gotta say, I really like that game, and I really enjoyed what gave it long legs was the fact that you can play PvP Jedi versus Jedi. Once you were done with the game, you get to play as Grievous, Obi-Wan, Anakin, Mace Windu, Vader, I think as well. I think Palpatine, but like it was cool, man. It was cool. Let's see. Revenge of the Sith PS2 PvP. Yeah, look at this, man. You can do tournaments and stuff.
My friends, it has all come down. We have no idea how Chief is gonna.
Look at that, man. I mean, shit, that's fucking fun. I would pay $20 right now for a full game that is just this. That is just what the fuck is this? That is just lightsaber content. Lightsaber fighting. Nothing else, literally. That's all I want in a video game. Okay, what happened there, man? I mean, the guys fighting suck right now. But let's see. Did they have Yoda in this game? So these two fucking guys fighting? Okay, let's see. Okay, we can see the character selection. So Anakin, Obi-Wan, fucking Count Dooku, Grievous, Mace Windu. Who the fuck was that? Who's that guy? Vader, old Obi-Wan. Really? I don't remember the characters, honestly. Would have been cool to have Yoda in there. So they're literally just doing these two guys the whole time? This fucking sucks. Anyways, fun game. Fun time. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, you could fight in the lava. Look at that, man. Anyways, it gets a B. It gets a B. Yeah, 2x freestyle. We eventually got it. Sparking 0. I eventually got it. Okay. So episode 3 gets a B. What else we got over here? We're getting through these, right? We're 27 minutes. Let's give you guys a quick one. A sports game. This is Football 2005. This is Football 2005. I did not play a lot of sports games as a kid. I used to like NBA when I used to have a PC, like NBA Live 99, I remember. Basketball games were fun. I used to play the FIFA World Cup games. I remember playing the FIFA like 2002 World Cup game on my PC. That was a lot of fun when I was a young kid. Then when I got a PlayStation, I kind of stopped fucking with FIFA and stuff. Like people that buy FIFA every single year never fucked with that. But I wanted to get one game. I was like, you know what? Let me just have a soccer game in case someone comes over and wants to play. And I wanted to be all pretentious and stuff like FIFA. All of y'all playing FIFA. This is football, my friends. I think this was the precursor to Pro Evolution Soccer. I don't remember. Like, remember in the PS3 days, there was FIFA and PES, or Pro Evolution Soccer. A lot of people liked Pro Evolution more and thought it was like more intricate or whatever. I think this was the precursor to Pro Evolution. Guess if someone can correct me in the chat. But anyways, I got this for cheap. Look, this is the PlayStation 2 Platinum Series. Okay, so it's got the silver box. You got this for a discount. I must have gotten this for no more than like, I want to say hopefully $30. Jesus Christ. I hope I got this for a sweet discount. So as a kid, I'm like, you know what? I get to have a football game. I get to save some money. And look, it wasn't half bad. It was a soccer game. But like, you know, not that I gave a shit about it. What do we give? This is Football. It is by no, it is by Sony? It says it's by Sony. Sony Computer Entertainment. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? Okay, where the fuck is that game here? This is Football. This is Football. Where is it? There it is. Okay. A nice, you know, solid D. It wasn't bad. It was just a football game. Good old little D. You know? Dance Dance Revolution. No, Pigeon, I'm sorry. No DDR on this list. Okay, let's go to the next game. Ooh, this is a fun one. The Lord of the Rings, The Third Age. This is a game that I think most people either don't know exists or forgot existed. This was a turn-based RPG. First of all, look at the cover art. Beautiful cover art. That told the story of, I don't remember their fucking names, of like a bunch of dudes. It was like another Fellowship of the Ring that was running like 9 minutes behind. Literally, like that's kind of the story. You're running like 9 minutes behind Aragorn and the Fellowship and Legolas and all that sort of thing. But they're like just behind them. Like we'll be right there. Like once Gandalf is like killed by the Balrog, they show up. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's their thing. That was their excuse for existing. Like you have a dude from Gondor, you have like an elf lady, you had like a mage, no hobbits, but there was a dwarf if I recall correctly. This game was fucking dope. Okay, this is The Lord of the Rings, The Third Age. Let me get some footage of that. It's turn-based, Lord of the Rings, Third Age, PS2. Dude, this is a forgotten game, man. They need to remake this game. They need to remake this game. Okay, here's the full gameplay. Just to give you an idea. They're showing you footage from the movie. Oh god, that looks rough. But it was fun. So yeah, but the sad news for me. Sad news for me, though, is that my game, for some reason, there was something wrong with the disc, or the disc got scratched or something. It kept freezing. Like 70% through the game, I could no longer play the game. The game would just freeze up at the same exact point every single time. I was never able to beat this game. How fucking crazy is that? My cousins had the game. Oh my god, the dust that came out of this, you guys would not believe. And the box is broken on the inside. No. I'll switch it out with another shittier game. Don't worry. Don't worry, my precious. I will not leave you ravaged as such. I was never able to finish this game, but I watched my cousins finish it, I guess. So I guess I got the satisfaction that way. I got to see the final boss. But yeah, about 70% through the game, I could not beat it. But I fucking loved this game. Anything Lord of the Rings at the time. And again, shout out to our friends at bricking.com, Lebanon's greatest source for Lego, for sending me this beautiful Lord of the Rings Rivendell set, which has honestly made me relive my love for Lord of the Rings. I've been rewatching the trilogy. I'm considering buying the books to read them for the first time. I'm playing Lego Lord of the Rings on the gaming channel. I've just been in a very Lord of the Rings, very Tolkien mood. But anyways, this game was fucking dope. Okay, let's rank it. Here's some more footage. Yeah, it's turn-based, so if you don't like that. And again, look, it had the music. All of the Lord of the Rings games, all Lord of the Rings media benefits so much by that Howard Shore fucking epic score. The greatest soundtrack of all time, very easily. But yeah, it can make even the most boring turn-based shit feel epic as hell. So anyways, what would I rank? Ooh, okay, so let's see. True Crime New York. True Crime NYC. 60. Yeah, that's about right. The Third Age. Now, I technically never got to finish it, but man, would I have loved to finish this game. I mean, for me, it's at least a B right now. Right now, it's a good, solid B. It doesn't get into that A or S place, but I mean, it might actually be an A. It might actually be an A, because I was so fucking invested in that game, and I got so sad when I couldn't beat it. So, what a beautiful game. But again, I paid $60 for this. Keep in mind, everyone else who paid $2 for this got to finish it. My ass, my dumb ass. Oh, look, I'm ethical. I buy real games. Yeah, I fucking couldn't play it. The Joker 319 sent $5 Canadian dollars. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says that happened to me with Batman Begins. This got slightly burned by sunlight. Left out the case as a kid. That fucking sucks, man. I feel you. I feel your pain. Wait, why can't? Oh, I removed the chat box. Ooh, let's bring the chat box back. The Joker, thanks so much for the generous donut. We very much appreciate you. So Lord of the Rings gets an A. The Third Age. That was fun. That was a good ass game at the time. And again, I'm not judging them on like if the games are actually good. It's how they made me feel at the time. So True Crime New York, look, is 60. That's not bad. Let's see Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. A 75. Look at that. Not bad. It's not bad. That's a pretty good score. Generally favorable based on 38 critics. Oh, you guys can't see. Alan Alan G'day. What do you think a Hitman contract should get other than a B? I mean, look, for me as a child now, right now, I'd probably give it an A. Like, right now, I would kill to play a Hitman game. But at the time, to me, it was a B. Looking back at it now, I would kill to play that game. And it would probably get an A. But... So, we got through The Lord of the Rings, The Third Age. A game that I would love to finish one day. Maybe that's a game... Beloved Dreadful Utopia is going to try to help me... get do emulation, play emulated games on maybe on stream, it depends, but I really want to play the Return of the King, which we'll talk about later. Anyways, another sports game other than Fight Night. I didn't own a lot of sports games, like I said, but this one was a special one to me. Fight Night Round 3. Now, as you guys know, I have been training. I've been doing boxing for like 3 years now. It's going to be 3 years later this month, although I've not been as consistent the past month. But anyways, that's fine. I always used to love boxing as a kid, just because I'm not gonna lie, like the Rocky movies made me love boxing. I fucking worshipped the sport. I thought it was really fucking cool. So this was a really fucking brilliant game at the time. I gotta say, this was a badass fucking game. It's still very highly regarded as like an excellent boxing game. And they only made like 2 more Fight Nights after this. Like the franchise disappeared. I bought another game recently, a boxing game on PlayStation 5. Fucking sucks. This is 10 times better. This is a, how old is this game? 2006. 20-year-old game. This is a 20-year-old boxing game, and this is undisputed. I bought this again like maybe less than a year ago. This shit fucking sucks. Practically unplayable. I got this for $40 or something. Very disappointing game. I'm sure they've updated it. It's probably a little bit better now, but not responsive. Doesn't feel good to play. This game was the shit. I fucking love this game. This was such a good game. So dope. So, Fight Night Round 3. What does that get? What is Fight Night Round 3 going to get? Okay, not an A, I would say, even though I loved it, but like it didn't change my life or anything. A good little B. Chris is asking, how did you get original discs in Lebanon? Anthony, did you live in Lebanon? Yeah, I bought these from fucking Virgin, man, for $60 a pop. You missed my story at the beginning. I used to buy original games here in Lebanon. Like an idiot. You see how shocked Chris is in the chat? You got real games? That's how everybody was here in Lebanon. Yep. I did not mod my PlayStation. I was the idiot that was paying $60 per game as a child, while everyone else was paying $1. Anyways, what else we got here to talk? Let's pop out one of the classics, shall we? Let's bring out Grand Theft Auto 3. You guys know the GTA franchise. Now, technically, this is not the regular packaging for it. I got this as like a boxed set. This was like this type of thing. It came in like a card, like a sleeve or something, and you had, yeah, GTA Vice City and GTA 3 in a 2-pack. But then I separated them, I remember, and then I kept them as sleeves. So this is GTA 3, but if you remove it, it actually has like, that's the cover for it. It says not to be sold separately, because these are to be sold as a set. And this was the cover of the set, Grand Theft Auto. Again, obviously we're all too young to play we all played GTA when we were too young to play it. But obviously, this is a classic. It was the first time like you got to play in like an open world like that. Get into any car, do whatever the fuck you wanted. It was insane. The impact this game has had on the gaming industry as a whole, on entertainment as a whole, is what can you say about Grand Theft Auto 3 that has not been said so far? And I was too young. Like, when did this come out? I was way too young to know what the fuck I was doing with this game. But yeah, this shit was old, man. When did GTA 3 come out? So GTA 3 was to me, I'm struggling between A and B. It was definitely not an S tier for me as a kid. Another GTA game was S tier for me. But I think this was an A tier. This was definitely an A tier. The S tier is saved for, let's get to it right now if you guys want. Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Everything that I liked about GTA 3 was better in GTA Vice City. from the music, the 80s soaked soundtrack, the 80s Miami, the neon pink, the cars, the beaches, the clothes, Tommy Vercetti, you know, redoing Scarface, the characters, everything about GTA Vice City took GTA 3 from here to up here, man. You know what I mean? GTA Vice City was my shit. I would go to school, and I remember craving the feeling of wanting to drive a Harley up one very specific low bridge. Just that little bridge like that. I was like, I just want to drive that Harley over that little bridge and get that little feeling that you get. I loved the way cars felt in this game. Driving felt amazing. The missions were fun. It was colorful. Oh, I love this. I love this so much, guys. This game, like, the only reason GTA 3 doesn't get an S is because this game exists, okay? And again, would I let my kids play GTA at the age I played GTA? Absolutely not. Of course not. I should not have been playing these games. All of us should not have been playing these games. But boy, were they fun. And boy, am I glad my parents overlooked this and let me do it. You know what I mean? God damn, that game was fucking fun. Just the colors, driving down like that, like the strip with the hotels and the clubs. Oh my God, what a game! GTA one last second, and let's see what this cover looks like. There we go. Just the color. Just look at the color. Just that logo, that iconic logo, man. Vice City. And isn't Vice City coming back in the new game? Like, I'm just excited to see how it's become. You know what I mean? But yeah, the sunlight, the shark, the crystal clear. Like, I wish we could swim in GTA Vice City. It would have been so nice with the crystal clear blue water. Let me just reminisce a little bit. God damn. Vice City PS2 and the soundtrack. I learned all the 80s songs that I know today is basically because of GTA Vice City, man. Last night a DJ saved my life from a broken heart. You know, everything, man. Everything. Radio killed the radio star. Everything, man. Billie Jean, they had Michael Jackson on there. They had everything, dude. Even look, GTA 3 had a fantastic soundtrack as well. But like, I would replay Vice City right now. Look at the Porsche. I used to love that Porsche. Is that the golf club? Yes, the golf club. Holy fuck. I used to used to go just fucking rampage inside the golf club. Now, people are saying San Andreas. Hot take. I never played San Andreas as a kid. I hated the fact that, like, the game became, like, I don't know why. I used to love Tommy Vercetti. And for some reason, I thought that Tommy Vercetti was, like, the same character in GTA 3 and GTA Vice City. And then they were like, we're making San Andreas. And I was like, why are they changing it so much? I didn't like the characters. I didn't like that you started off as, like, I don't know, man. It's like like a gang or something. I was like, I don't like this. It's so far away. Like, I want it to be like a mobster. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't like the vibes. My cousins got it, though, and then I eventually got to play it through theirs. And I think when GTA San Andreas came out in Lebanon, it was $80. $80. Can you guys believe that? In like 2000 something. But I had just, like, to me, I associated by that point, and again, I was a kid, GTA with like Miami, you know, like that whole vibe. And I was like, they just took it too far. It's too different for me now. But I didn't play it. But I had eventually played it at my cousin's, and then had like the jetpacks and all that crazy shit. The casinos, I was extremely upset that I never got to play it, because I would have loved to go to the casinos and just like role play as like some fucking gambler in Vegas, some degenerate piece of shit, and then get a jetpack and then fly off. It would have been great. I missed out on San Andreas 100%. It's one of my biggest regrets of not playing it on PlayStation 2. But I'll play it eventually, I'm sure. But at the time, this was my go. So Vice City gets a very appropriate place and the first occupant of our S tier. God, I love this game. Chris says, hot take, San Andreas better than Vice City. Well, everyone loved the San Andreas. Like, it's not a hot take. I think I have the hot take to say that I didn't like it. Or it's not even that I didn't like it. I just, at the time as a kid, I didn't want to play it because I felt like it was such a big departure from like Vice City, and I just chose not to play it, even though it's a fucking masterpiece by all means. Alan says when it came out on PC, it had 7 install discs. Crazy, that is fucking insane. Marina says, first one I played was San Andreas. Got it from my cousin when he didn't want it anymore. It was old when I first played it, but I enjoyed it. Oh, it would be fun now. I'm sure San Andreas would be a lot of fun to play even now. Okay, let's look at the next game on the list. Okay, you know, this one, let's do this one. This is fun. I had a lot of, so I mean, if you guys know me, if you've watched my content for any certain amount of time, you know that I love movies. I used to love movies way more when I was younger. Like, I wanted to be a film critic growing up, maybe even like maybe a filmmaker. I used to love films, was very inspired by like movies and stuff like that. So I have a lot of movie tie-in games. We've already talked about Star Wars Episode 3. That's a movie tie-in game that I had. And I mean, look, The Third Age, Lord of the Rings, this is very much based on the fucking movies and not Tolkien's books. So I already have two. These are already two movie tie-in games. That's a third. James Bond, 007, Everything or Nothing. We all played GoldenEye on the N64. That was a classic. I didn't have an N64 myself, but my cousins had the Pikachu N64, and I got to play all the classics with them. GoldenEye, Pokemon Snap, Pokemon Stadium, all that stuff. Thank God for my cousins, man. And also had my friend Anthony Abed, who also had an N64, and we played a lot of Pokemon games together on that. But anyways, PlayStation 2 came out. This game came out, and let me tell you, not half bad. This was a decent action game with some actually really good fucking graphics at the time. For a PlayStation 2 game, you guys are going to be pretty impressed when I show you guys what this game looked like. Oh, wait, we're back to good old San Andreas. Last night a DJ saved my life from a broken heart. Bow, 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 bow. Okay, what game are we talking about? 007. 007. Everything. PS2. You guys are going to be surprised by the graphics on this game. Look at this. And again, the soundtrack in this thing was bomb. Like, you got the James Bond music. I mean, look, for such an old game, when did this come out? 2004. This is, again, an old game. Pretty dope. There was a mission on a motorcycle. Look at that, driving through, like, Italy or whatever. This should look good, man. Look at that. Look at the car. Look how shiny the car is, dude. Look at that level. Your car got invisible? I forgot about that. Holy shit, look at that. Driving an invisible car. I mean, look, that's pretty dope for 2004. I'm sorry, this really doesn't look that bad. There was a mission on a motorcycle that looked so good. I kept playing that one on loop. I would die and play it again, or just restart it. This one, oh my god, the motorcycle one. Look at this, guys. This shit was crazy. 2004, man. 21, 22 years ago. And it was just like a straight line, man. You just went fast on this bike.
If that truck is allowed to enter the city, there's no telling how many innocent people will die. You're our only hope, James.
Coffee Lover's back in the chat with another $5 donor. Thanks so much, Coffee Lover, and says, get some hot cocoa on me. I will. Coffee Lover, I'm going to get the tastiest cup of hot cocoa on you. Thank you so much, Coffee Lover, for all the love. We love you. I'm a Coffee Lover. Is that fair to say? So look at that. Look at that. Again, keep in mind, 2004. And here you hit, once you hit that highway, look at that sunset, look at the colors in the sky. Dudes, look at this. Look how fast you can go. Look at that. Yeah, this was so, dude, I want to play this mission right now. Holy shit. I thought he was going to run into it. Like, you're not even trying to kill the people shooting you. You're just going insanely fast. Like, you don't even need to shoot them, man. Just drive past him. He's going as fast as the Flash. Oh my god. Dude, the way this mission literally lives rent-free in my mind. It's been over 20 years since I played this. I still will, like, think of this, like, once a month. Like, god damn, when I was that fucking mission on, I was like, holy, look how fast he's going, though. My god, just the sense of speed, it's getting me dizzy. So I'm going to give this game a very respectable B. I'm putting this game in the B tier. Okay, I thought this was a great, like a good underrated game. No one talks about it now, but at the time, This was a really decent, good time. Like, and look, if you guys might think, Anthony, you're giving too many high rankings for these games. I mean, look, I was pretty diligent with my games. I had to pay $60 a pop. I did try to make sure that they were as good as possible. I made some mistakes, and we'll get to those. I've made some mistakes. And let's get to one of those mistakes now. Let's talk about a kind of a doinker game that I got. You guys probably never even heard of this motherfucker. Mission Impossible. Operation Surma. Goddamn, I even remember where I bought this from. I brought it from the original Virgin Megastore in downtown Lebanon, the one that closed down, the flagship store, like it was the first one. Jesus Christ. Up with the focus. Anyways, fuck it, ain't focusing. Mission Impossible, Operation Surma. They're not even trying to make the guy look like Tom Cruise. I think his name's Ethan Hunt. Yeah, Agent Ethan Hunt is back. Yeah, this is not Ethan Hunt. It's some Asian dude. Okay, it's some Asian guy. This is not Ethan Hunt. This is a Korean man. So, which is nothing wrong with a Korean man. So Operation Surma. God, there was one mission in this game that I liked, and you jumped out of a plane and you flew through hoops, and I played that mission on loop, so that kind of made it worth the $60 that I paid for this fucking thing, you know, as a kid. But the rest of it, it's just like kind of Splinter Cell type, espionage type stuff, you know what I'm saying? Nothing nearly as exciting as this 007 game. Mission Impossible Operation Surma. I'm gonna find you guys that fucking mission, though, the jumping off thing. Long play of Mission Impossible Operation Surma. Also, let's see what it did on Metacritic. Mission Impossible Operation Surma, 64. Chris says never heard of this. Yeah, none of you guys have heard of this game. I promise you. Let's see. Let's see what this thing looked like. God, this game was shit. I don't even want to watch this stuff.
We get into the server.
Oh, God. Yeah, we hack it into cameras. Just good old espionage shit.
What was that?
Where's the skydiving mission? The only one we care about, my man. Hey, look, this one's out like in a desert. Oh my God. We got, is that an Arab? Is that a racist trope? Oh shit, the music. Oh, this is definitely gonna get me fucking flamed. Let's see. I'm not gonna find it. Operation Surma. Skydive. It's the only redeemable thing about this game. We should see it. Yay, this one. So you jump out of a plane. I played this mission on loop, guys. I just kept on replaying it.
This
It was the only way to get my money's worth.
mission. We are skydiving now. We got to board out of those planes.
I got you programmed for an easy glide path while you just hang.
Look at that. That was pretty dope. You have to try to like fly through those things. That was cool as fuck. For 2000, when was this? When did I get scammed to buy this? 2003. I was like 12, guys. Okay, I was like a 12-year-old kid. For a 12-year-old boy, this was pretty fun. Okay, this kind of made it worth it. This kind of redeemed the purchase at the end. But still, nowhere near enough to keep this game from being a total dud. Not a total dud, I would say. I still got some entertainment out of it. But Operation Surma, you're getting an E, my friend. Just because I was a kid and I dropped 60 buckaroos on you and I was disappointed. Okay, if I'd spent 10, 15 bucks like you can do now on Steam, spend $2 and get any game you want, you know, $4. I'm playing Lego Lord of the Rings for $4 on Steam. But dropping 60 bucks on this, yeah, you getting a motherfucking E for Ethan shit. Okay, for eat my fucking ass, Ethan Hunt. You fuckers, I'm still upset about this purchase. All those years later, 22 years later, I'm still upset that I wasted money. And $60 back in 2003 is like $100 today with inflation. Waste of money. I was a child, an innocent child. Should never have happened. Okay. Mortal Kombat Deception. What is there to say about Mortal Kombat games? They're all different, but they're all kind of the same. You know what I mean? This one was it one of the first ones that had like an open world where you could do like a story mode and run around and shit? Was this one of the first ones? Mortal Kombat Deception? Look, I liked the game. I hated the open world mode in that game. Like the story mode and running around. I thought that was horrible. Kind of shitty. But the fighting, always fun, always reliable. Baraka, I don't know if Baraka was really fun in this game. I can't remember like if this game introduced any new characters or who it introduced, but it was a good Mortal Kombat game, highly regarded in the world of fighting games. That's a solid B for me. I'm gonna nothing insane, you know what I'm saying? Also true crime, just that C spot. That's the thing with my games. Like everything is mainly gonna be like, I feel like in the B's because decent taste. And again, have to be very diligent. Was this the one with the crypt? I do not remember. I do not remember shit about the story. I gotta be honest with you. Nothing. But yes, it has net play, guys. Net play. You can play online. In color. In full color with net play. These are relics, man. These things are relics. Okay, Mortal Kombat. There's not much. I love Mortal Kombat. I'm excited. Even though the first movie that came out a couple years ago, I loved the movie, the old movie, the classic one, of course. The movie that came out even during COVID, it was bad, but like I still kind of enjoyed it because it's Mortal Kombat. I'm excited for the second one. If it's got Mortal Kombat, man, I'll watch it. I'm an easy target. Okay, let's see what we got here. Let's talk driving games. Ooh, another PlayStation Platinum and another game with net play. Need for Speed Underground. This game changed the landscape of driving games, to be honest with you. You could mod cars. It had like gangster rap music. It had Get Low. You would turn on the game. Get low, get low, get low, get low. It's like, what the fuck? This is crazy. This was like inspired, I think, by like the Fast and Furious movies. Everybody was into modding Toyotas and shit back in the day. I mean, shit, look at that, man. Just look at the back cover art of this stuff, man. It's just all these cars and Toyotas being modded and Asian cars being modded. Hyundais and Hondas being modded. It was fun, man. I even made my sister a car at the time. I got her like a nice, sweet whatever. I made it all like hot pink and put like flower. It like looked disgusting, but like I was like, girls love pink and flowers. It was a horrible looking car, but like even she appreciated it, you know? Like I used to love just getting cars, modding them, driving around, listening to gangsta rap music. You know what I mean? This game was fucking fun. And then every other game tried to become Need for Speed Underground. Every other game tried to do the Need for Speed thing. Such a good fucking game. I'm struggling. Chris is saying, so good, easy S. I do think Need for Speed Underground. Like this, and I got this for a deal. You see the Platinum Seal? That means it must have been between 30 and 40 bucks. So like 40 bucks for such a classic. Underground, man. Yeah, this game belongs in the S tier, man. In terms of driving games, I think this game was the shit. Actually, Hot Pursuit was. I have a Hot Pursuit on PS2 that I didn't like that much. Most Wanted, but Hot Pursuit or Most Wanted, Hot Pursuit on PC, the old one, the original Hot Pursuit, big time S tier. That was a fucking classic. The old Need for Speed games on PC that I used to play, uncomparable. But Need for Speed, Underground gets an S. This was good. You have to get an external hard drive if you wanted to mod and rip games to it. Squeaky clean. Oh, we're talking about the Slim. So yeah, I think... I don't know if it's an S, but for me, it could be an A. I gotta be honest. Like, I'm trying to think like if it's like life-changing. Not life-changing, but like I'm trying to think of games that like I would still want to play today. Like this had a big impact on the... I don't think any driving games were an S for me, except when I was much younger and the Need for Speed games on PC. I'm trying to think. I'm reflecting. Let's look at some footage though. Maybe it'll help me make a decision. Need for Speed. What the fuck? Underground. Gameplay walkthrough. Full game. Full game. How do you even show the full game? It's a driving game. Yeah, like the shiny, you know, the rain-covered streets. It's like they just discovered how to do reflections, how to render reflections in video games. Look, isn't that a Toyota? Look at that, man. Everything's grimy. You find street cars. Not fine, but oh man, this brings me back, dude. I remember this shit. Yeah, that's an easy S tier, man. That game was fucking fun as balls. That game was fun as balls. Okay, what's next? Ooh. We got a couple of S tiers coming up, guys. Perhaps, but this is speaking of movie tie-ins. Oh, again, yeah, I got a lot of movie tie-in games. Let me. Is this technically a movie tie-in? It's not, but it's a Mission Impossible game. But 1, 2, 3. I'm just gonna keep my movie tie-in games on the side here. This is Spider-Man 2. This is a classic, guys. This was, at the time, considered like the best movie tie-in game. This was an open-world Spider-Man game where you swung around. It had relatively realistic physics at the time. It was crazy, man. And the first Spider-Man game for the first Spider-Man movie was already super fun. It was already fun. I don't have that game, but I played it on my cousin's PlayStation a whole bunch. So by the time I got my own PlayStation, I beat the game like 10 times. So didn't feel the need to play it again. But Spider-Man 2 is a game that I worshipped. I love this game, guys. This game set the tone for so many of the best Spider-Man games that come today. Like the Spider-Man games that we play on PS5 are directly inspired by this. This game is the shit. I love it. It was so fun. Spider-Man 2 is already one of my favorite movies, if not my favorite movie of all time. I saw Spider-Man 2 in theaters 10 times. So to be able to play my favorite movie in an open world video game and literally feel like I was Spider-Man. You could swing around anywhere. Whatever you could see, you could swing to. Climb on walls. You could deliver pizzas. It was super fun. Sure, there were some repetitive side missions. But the voice actors came back to do the voices. Like Tobey Maguire did the voice for the character. Even though I played the French version. This is the French version that my aunt got me from France. Look, it says entre les voyous des rues et les machinations les plus diaboliques, New York compte sur toi. So they're saying like between the thugs in the streets and the machinations and the most diabolical machinations, New York counts on you. Prêt pour une petite virée à New York? Like, are you ready for a quick swing around New York? Look at this fucking French shit. Fais tout ce que Spider-Man peut faire grâce à des mouvements et des combos à couper le souffle. Yeah, they call it Spider-Man. Also, combat Doc Ock, déjoue les crimes ou affronte les éternels vilains. It's so funny. Va où tu veux et interagis avec qui tu veux et ce que tu veux. Like, say, go anywhere and interact with whoever you want and whatever you want. And they also had really cool cinematics. I miss, like, now that graphics are dope, gameplay looks the same as cinematics. They use the gameplay graphics to make cinematics. Back in the day, the gameplay graphics were like, oh, shitty. You know what I mean? Like, it looked very polygony and shit. So they had to go to like these VFX houses and make these elaborate CGI cutscenes that you don't get anymore in video games. Like, it was very noticeable when like the cutscene would start back when you would play a game back in the day, and then cutscene over and you start the game. And it was always kind of crushing because the cutscenes looked so much nicer. But like Spider-Man 2 had some dope ass cutscenes, man. So this game, I mean, look, we don't even need to see any footage of it. I'm gonna put it in the S tier right now, obviously. Oh wait, I moved. No, yeah, Need for Speed. Need for Speed, you can also be in the S tier. Can it? No. Need for Speed, you're good in an A tier. I'm sorry. Spider-Man 2, PS2. Look at that shit, guys. This was life-changing, guys. Looks like shit now, but it was great. And you had your spider sense. You could feel attacks coming and you could dodge them and shit. Just go swing around, man. Stop showing us the map. I'm trying to show these people the game. Look at that. I mean, again, this was in 2004, guys. You got to keep in mind, this is old. This is over 20 years old. I was a little boy, and again, this was my favorite movie. So, favorite movie, swinging around, you feel like Spider-Man. There's even like you fought the train. You fought on a train. You fought Doc Ock on a goddamn train. What happened? Ooh. Am I back? We're back. Spider-Man PS2. Train. Doc Ock. Look at that, man. This was legendary. You fight Dr. Octopus on a goddamn train. Just like in the movie. This was incredible.
Let her go.
Oh, that looks so cool, man. You got Doc Ock with his tentacles.
I'll not risk my prize hostage so easily.
Alfred Molina's beautiful voice. The power of the sun in the palm of my hands. Rosie! Rosie! But anyway.
Stand still.
Ah, Rosie, I love this boy. If you want to get a woman to fall in love with you, read a poetry. Poetry! Anyways, great game, classic, we love it, S tier, easy S tier, let's fucking go. Hasif says, I remember the graphics being much better. Of course, you were a child. Now you're an adult. So we already have 4 movie tie-in games, by the way. Okay, what's next? The stack of games is getting shorter. The stack of games is getting smaller, folks. We're getting through this tier list. This stuff's getting good. Okay, let's talk about an average game. Not an average one, but like, yeah, it was fine. Let me pull up some footage. Actually, let me show you first. Spartan Total Warrior. Now, like most boys or young men at the time, I was into swords, fantasy films, action. You know what I mean? When did this come out? This came out in 2005. So this was post me having watched like The Lord of the Rings, maybe even Troy. I was like, yo, this is cool. Spartan Total Warrior. This is fucking dope. You get swords. You get to do these big scale battles. Like they sold this game as like you could be part of like these big battles with a lot of characters on screen at the same time doing battle, which not a lot of PS2 games could do. And for that reason, it was okay. This game was, I would just define as okay. Total Warrior. PS2. Just what was cool about it was the large scale. When I say large scale for the time. Okay, but like you got to rush in with a bunch of characters and fight other characters. Chris, have a good night. Thank you so much for being here, Chris. Hope you enjoyed the stream.
On them.
I'm just going to show you guys, give you an example of like the large scale battles that you could do in this game. Come on, Khalsuna. Look at all these characters. I mean, you know, they're not rendered great, so that's why you could get more of them on the screen. They're not high in detail, but what they lack in detail, you know, fuck details when you can get fucking 100 people on your screen fighting each other. Jesus Christ, are they just talking? Damn, look at all these people dying.
Charge! Hold the line. Make them come to us.
Like, that was pretty fun back then. This was like a pretty, this was a solid hack and slash with a little bit of tiny bit of strategy, but mainly hack and slash. Very straightforward. So it was fine. This game, I think, is the epitome of... Let me just see, like, a war. Let's see, like, big scale battle. Big battle. The full game was 6 hours long, huh? That'll get you.
Warriors of Sparta! Today, our city...
Ooh, this one, I think. Like, there was a mission where, like, you literally rushed towards enemies. Like, that's a lot of characters on screen. For the early 2000s, 2005. There's a lot going on over here, guys. But anyway, Spartan Total Warrior. I would give this game like a solid... Ooh, you guys see this final selection out here? It's getting tight. A D would be disrespectful for that game, I feel. A D? Nah, this was a C. This was a solid C. I like that game. Spartan Total Warrior, solid C. I mean, look, nothing, but look, nah, but Hitman, yeah, Hitman, I think Hitman should be an A, man. Actually, you know what? I gotta relegate these two down here, man. Or at least true crime. But I also get shit vibes from Spartan. Like, there's got to be something separating these games. Like, Hitman is way better than these. Like, they can't be that close to each other. God, these tier lists are hard. Anyways, let's get to the next game. Let us get to the biggest mistake I ever made as a child, buying games for 60 bucks a pop. Okay, this was the one. This was the one that got me. This is the one that still pisses me off to this day. I will never forgive it. I will never play a game in this franchise because of this game. Okay, I was an idiot. Granted, I was an idiot. I should have known what I was buying. I should have asked someone. And I didn't. This came out in 2003, so I was either 12 or 13. This is Final Fantasy X2. So this is Final Fantasy X-2, basically. I had no idea what the fuck this was. Okay, I'll be honest with you guys. I just saw this fucking sticker that fucking got me. This fucking sticker. 9 out of 10, PlayStation 2. And then I looked at the back, and they were like, epic game, whatever the fuck. And then, okay, look, maybe I thought that this person was kind of attractive at the time, as a little boy. But that's not the point. It got a 9 out of 10. And I had a cousin. A cousin in my family called Michel. And Michel was like, dude, Final Fantasy, it's the greatest fucking game ever. You haven't played Final Fantasy? You haven't played Final Fantasy? Final Fantasy's great. Final Fantasy's great. So I see this fucking thing. Final Fantasy X2. I'm like, okay, looks pretty interesting. You know what I mean? It's got like colorful visuals. You got like a nice blue sky, like the ocean. The characters look nice. I was like, why not? Guys, I fucking hate this game. This was a turn, and I don't mind turn-based games. We gave Lord of the Rings: The Third Age an A. I used to play Pokemon games on my Game Boy as a kid. I've always played turn-based. I've always enjoyed turn-based games. Not always, but like, it's fun. Even the new South Park games from a few years ago were turn-based. Super fun. I did not know anything about this game, guys. I could not get into the story. Apparently, this was a sequel to Final Fantasy X, so I had no connection to any of the characters. I didn't know any of the characters. I didn't enjoy the fighting. I didn't enjoy the enemies. The whole time, I was just like, I can't believe I spent 60 bucks on this fucking dud of a game. And it was like and it was the first time, like, apparently Final Fantasy games have very little to do with like previous ones. Like, they tell pretty self-contained stories. I got the one game that was a direct sequel to like Final Fantasy X. So I hated it. I literally played this for like a few hours only. Never touched it again. Never booted it again. I hated every second playing this game. And I just remember just like regret, constant regret at buying this game. So this game might be the only game here. And you might love it. Some people might think this is a fantastic fucking game. It is getting a fucking F. For what it, F for Final Fantasy. It's perfect. E for Ethan Hunt and F for Final Fantasy. It had great graphics. I'll give it that. The game looked really pretty. It was a very pretty looking game. But other than that, I'm sorry. Like, the graphics, insane. Genuinely, like, look, how old is this game?
Just what do you think you're doing? Actually, we're
for 2003, this is nuts. For 2003, this has no right to look as good as it does. This is amazing looking. Look at the level of detail inside that room, man. Like, the environments were beautiful. I did not understand the world. I didn't understand the characters. I didn't understand the lore. I like turn-based, but like it's not my go-to choice of playing. So like I'll enjoy a turn-based game if I already love the world. Like Lord of the Rings: The Third Age. Fuck yeah, it's Lord of the Rings. It's fun. It's the fucking Balrog. It's orcs. It's Uruk-hai. I'm down with turn-based. But if I'm not even immersed in the world, if I don't even like the world, then I'm not gonna want to play the game. You know what I'm saying? So let's. Let us put this here right now. And now, another video game that we're going to get into. Let's see. So yeah, an F for this. I fucking hate this game. Does anyone like Final Fantasy in the chat? I'm not seeing a lot of support for Final Fantasy here. People are saying Yusuf saying never got into Final Fantasy. Squeaky Clean says Final Fantasy peaked at 7, changed my mind. I never played any of those games. You know what I mean? Have no attachment to that franchise. Okay, let us get into the next game on the list. But look, I mean, looks nice. You know, pretty looking, etc. All the nice little colors. Now let's get into Harry Potter Quidditch. Harry Potter Quidditch. I didn't play any of the other Harry Potter games at the time. I know there were a bunch of the movie tie-in games. I remember downloading one of them on my PC at the time, and it didn't work for some reason. I tried to crack the game, and it didn't work or whatever. Like, it was a bootleg copy or something. So I never played any of the direct movie tie-in games, but I did play the Quidditch World Cup, Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup. This game was fun as hell, to be honest with you guys. This was a super fun game. It's like weird mechanics, okay? It's not easy playing Quidditch. I wish you could play as like Slytherin, Hufflepuff, etc. They made you play as like these international teams, as if it was like the US team, the France team. It was like the World Cup. So I didn't love that, but it was super fun. It was a good idea, honestly, to like have a game tied into a movie franchise or a book franchise, but like not have anything to do with the actual story. Just the sport, this fictional sport that they're playing. And like, look, you're flying around on broomsticks. There's bludgers. You have to catch the snitch, you know what I mean, as the seeker. It was kind of fun, to be honest with you guys. Like, this was a good time. You could play it. I'm pretty sure you could play this co-op, right? Yeah, 1 to 2 players. You could play against someone. You could play against a friend. This was a fun game. Solid. I'm going to count this as a movie tie-in, kind of. What would I give Harry Potter Quidditch? I mean, that, I think, is a good C right there. You know what I mean? It wasn't a B. Like, it's definitely not as good as Hitman or Episode 3 or Fight Night and stuff like that. And it's definitely not New York City. I think that is the perfect C. It's definitely respectable. Like, I mean, you can't compare it to an S. S tier or S tier. But, like, a C when you have games ranging down to an F, that's pretty solid. That is pretty solid. So that was a fun game. Harry Potter Quidditch, there it is right here. Earns its place on the C tier. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games to go. And these are all bangers, honestly. There's a lot of bangers. Let's get a banger out of the way. Let's talk about God of War. The original God of War that came out in 2005. So this was also a 20-year-old game at this point. All of you know God of War at this point. The PS4, God of War 4, the Norse mythology game, was crazy. God of War Ragnarok. There was a whole trilogy, and now they just announced yesterday on the State of Play, they are remaking God of Wars 1, 2, and 3, the original trilogy. They are completely remaking them. Graphics being built from the ground up. Guys, what can I say about this game? Like this should tell you what I think about God of War. It is an instant S tier. This game is the shit. This game is awesome. It was beautifully, brilliantly, bloody, and violent. The story of revenge was beautiful. I used to love Greek mythology as a kid. This game made me double down on my love for Greek mythology. You played as Kratos, a man who was tricked into killing his own family, his own wife and child by the god of war Ares. And then, as a curse, a like witch or shaman in his village covers him with the ashes of his dead wife and child. That is why he is white. That is why he looks like a ghost. That is why he is called the Ghost of Sparta. So then he goes on he decides to kill himself, and the game opens with you standing on a cliff and jumping straight into the water, wanting to kill yourself, to rid yourself of the nightmares of killing your wife and child. And then Athena does not let you die. Athena lifts you out of the water and pushes you to go on a quest to kill Ares, the god of war, which you do. You go on that revenge. You go on a quest to find Pandora's box, to get the power of a god, and to finally stand face to face against Ares and kill him for what he made you do to your family. This game was brilliant. This game was beautiful, violent, bloody, fun as fuck. So fucking fun. I replayed this on PS3 a few years ago when they re-released it, God of War PS2. The scale of this game was incredible. You would be this tiny little figure climbing on a giant colossus. You would be walking on fucking Kronos with who's carrying a whole fucking city on his back. Like, I'm sorry, guys. This shit was nuts. Like, the level of detail in that game. Just look at some of the graphics. But the scale, that sense of scale, it would make you feel so small by, like, zooming out and showing you exactly where you were. Look at this here. Like, let me try to find when you get on Kronos, man. So you're in the desert here. You're looking for Kronos. And there you eventually Look at that. Oh, the fuck? When do you get to Kronos? The sense of scale here, God of War. What was the city called? Or was that in the second game? We climbs Kronos' back. This one right here. Kratos meets Kronos for the first time. Oh, it's right. It was right after those annoying little shits. Okay. Look at that. You see Kronos walking towards you for the first time.
Kronos, the last of the mighty titans, emerged from the desert sands. On his back, Pandora's temple awaited, massive and patient, ready to challenge all who went in.
God, the music is so good. Bum, 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 bum. Dude, that sense of scale, that was wonderful, man. That was so crazy. And then you just climb. Look at that. You climb that itty-bitty little chain, and you're this tiny little ant climbing on this massive fucking behemoth. And then you zoom out and look at that. It's kind of like what the Lord of the Rings did with movies for scale, when they would like zoom out and show you 10,000 soldiers marching on, 20,000 soldiers, and it was all fucking crazy. This did that with video games for me, man. Like, this game really made me feel like a tiny little creature, and nothing did that better than God of War 1.
Never to return to.
It's my favorite in the series, better than the PS4 games. Those are masterpieces. Like, the new ones are brilliant, I'll admit. But this game, dude, I'm sorry, this game is still so fun, and I replayed it a few years ago on PS3. Still holds up, even though you can't control the camera, and it's a little bit, rigid in terms of that. Gorgeous game. Just show us some action, man. Show us some killing action. The combat felt so fluid and so satisfying with the blades of Athena. Like, again, even the weapons were so creative. Most games give you, like, guns or a sword. This one, you had these fucking chains that you just unleash with these blades hooked up at the end of them, and they were, like, attached to your flesh because you were a slave to Ares. Everything, every element of the story is so fantastic. I don't know how they're going to be able to do the story justice in the series on Amazon by just focusing on the Norse stuff. Like, to me, you got to go through the Greek mythology trilogy before getting to the Norse stuff. Like, what a missed opportunity. Still excited for the show, obviously, and they might revisit some of this stuff in flashbacks, but, like, flashbacks do not do this justice. There's a whole fucking trilogy that they're missing out on. But anyways, I digress. God of War, an easy S tier. One of the greatest games of all fucking time. Fucking love this game. Brilliant. Obviously, it's an S. Who are we kidding over here? Who we kidding, huh? Who we kidding? Where's God of War 1? Oh, I already put it up there. Okay, and you know what? Let's take care of its bigger brother. Its older brother, God of War 2. Fucking badass. Fucking dope-ass game as well. What can I say about God of War 2? This one had a black box for some reason. Pretty nice. Made it feel more serious, more adult. I don't remember the story of the second one. Like, it's not nearly as memorable. I remember you, like, trying to go back in time to, like, kill Zeus for, like, what apparently, like, Zeus was kind of responsible for what Ares did or something. I can't remember, but, like, you try to go back in time to, like, kill Zeus before he does something fucked up. So you're trying to, like, find the Sisters of Fate and the Sisters of Time to change time. The game was still just as brilliant. The puzzles were just as brilliant. The weapons, the combat, the sense of scale, the adventure, everything was just as fantastic as the first game. But I felt like the story in the first game was more powerful just because of that revenge element that was more fresh. It's kind of like the John Wick movies. John Wick 1, you're getting revenge because they killed your puppy, which was the last gift from your deceased wife, right? You get it. John Wick 2, John Wick 3, John Wick 4, he's getting revenge for other things, but, like, it's missing that. But yeah, they killed his dog in the first one. Like, you are with him for whoever he kills. In the first game, like, yo, Ares killed your wife and kid. That's still fresh in your mind. So that story of revenge and you wanting to become a god, a mere mortal man trying to get the power of a god to defeat a god. I love that whole thing. Then you find out that, like, you're the son of Zeus and you're kind of a god already, etc., etc. Still a great game. Love God of War 2. I'm struggling. Like, it's definitely an S tier for me. The story is not S tier for me. Like, I prefer the story in the first one, but it's still a fucking S tier game. So God of War 1, God of War 2, easy S tier games. What a fucking franchise. The third one, it's on PS3. I would also stick it up in there and then S tier. Okay. What's next? I think I make this mistake all the time. I leave a lot of S tiers for like the end. Oh, here we go. Oh, and Frodo, my old ring. So this one. Yellow Bentine says, damn, I just got here. Hitman is only a B. You're not the first person to say that. Everybody here is out here being shocked that I gave Hitman contracts a B. I loved it, but like, you know, there's some better games out there, I think. But I mean, that hotel mission alone was pretty fantastic. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Look, Hitman can't go back up to an A. Be patient with me. But now we're gonna talk about Need for Speed Most Wanted. This was another type of, you know, a take on Hot Pursuit. This one, I think, had an open world, which was the first one. Exploit the open world. Yeah, I didn't like that. I did not like the idea of a racing game with like an open world and you drove around. Like, this was a disappointment to me. This was a step down from Need for Speed Underground for sure, and from other similar games like Hot Pursuit. Did not like that game, Need for Speed Most Wanted. I liked it enough. Like, this one would go in the D. This one gets a D for me, folks. We're actually an E. No, this one's an E. I played enough of this. Like, it's not like I never played this game. I played it. I paid $60 for it. I liked cars. I like Need for Speed. But I don't have any fond memories of playing this game. I remember the environment being, like, way too drab. Like, it was always autumn and fall. So it was, like, brown and, like, grayish, you know? So it wasn't a fun environment to drive around. Even though, like, Underground was different. It was always dark and stuff. But you had, like, you know, the shiny cars. The roads were always wet. You know what I mean? So it was a little bit different. Rahul, hello. Hello to the UK. So Need for Speed Most Wanted gets a solid E on the list. Not a fan of this game. It wasn't bad. It just didn't connect with me. And looking back at it now, you know, I don't care much for it. Okay, let's look. What is there a game that you guys feel like talking about right now? We got Peter Jackson's King Kong, Ultimate Spider-Man, Gun, The Hulk, Marvel Nemesis, Rise of the Imperfects, Shadow of the Colossus, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, and Star Wars Battlefront. Let's talk about Gun for a second. I don't know if a lot of people even know what this game is, or have ever played Gun, or have ever heard of it. This, to me, is the closest game to Red Dead Redemption we ever got on PlayStation 2. And I know that Red Dead Redemption is technically a sequel to Red Dead Revolver, which was a PlayStation 2 game. I never played Red Dead Revolver, but I've seen footage. It looks nothing like Red Dead Redemption. This game was pretty much Red Dead Redemption before Red Dead Redemption ever existed. This game had an open world, Western. It was a Western, open world Western. You could rode horses, you rode around fucking towns, you went into saloons, you did fun missions. This game was fucking fantastic. I remember getting this game on like Christmas with two other games. I think with Budokai Tenkaichi and another game. I fucking love this game, folks. I ate this shit up. My cousins loved this fucking game. We loved it. And then when Red Dead Redemption came out, it finally gave me that feeling that Gun had given me all those years prior. I fucking love this game. I wish there was like a remake or a way to replay this game. There's no reason to play this now because it's just mogged by Red Dead Redemption. So if you're going to play a Western, probably play Red Dead Redemption. And the graphics are going to look like shit if I show you now. So also don't be taken aback by that. But at the time playing this game, God, I cannot tell you how dope this shit was. Look at that, riding around. It's literally Red Dead Redemption before Red Dead. I think it was pretty much open world. If not completely open world, it was like cut off into different areas. But you could like ride around on your horse. Guys, I cannot tell you how much I love this game. And how influential I'm sure this was on Red Dead Redemption. They can say that it's a sequel to Red Dead Revolver. No one cared about Red Dead Revolver. It's all about Gun. I don't know if this game was highly rated. I don't know if a lot of people ever played this game. You know, or if it's underrated, if no one ever played. Look, a 79, 2005. Fucking love this game. Fast-moving experience that will be quickly finished by even the most novice gamers. If there's a nit to pick with Gun, it's that it's short. I do remember calling this a shooter, a GTA, and Wild West setting would not do it justice as it serves up a thrilling experience. Guys, yeah. This was Red Dead Redemption before Red Dead Redemption. Gun walked so that Red Dead Redemption could run and fly. I fucking love this game. we are going to give it a very well-deserved S tier. This game is fucking peak. Just like Choppered just said. Peak fucking game. Love this game. I will never forget it. Thank you for existing. Thank you for inspiring games like Red Dead Redemption. How I love this game. Oh my god. We'll never forget it. Never. Okay. Let's keep going. We're getting close. Okay, let me save what I know are going to be this. Let's talk about Ultimate Spider-Man. I already talked about how much I loved Spider-Man 2, open world, Spider-Man game. It was great. It was based on the movie, when Spider-Man 2 was my favorite movie. So, perfect. Then, a few years later, they made Ultimate Spider-Man. Very similar concept. Open city, New York. Except the graphics were cel-shaded style, which, again, I love. I think cel-shaded games age very well. They always look nice. Very colorful. Let's write that down here. Ultimate Spider-Man PS2. And not only that, you got to play... Whoa, what the fuck? I opened like a weird coding thing. You got to play as Venom as well. This thing was so fucking fun. It looked so fucking good. That you was Venom. And again, anything cel-shaded, this looks like it could have been released just a few years ago. You know what I mean? They age very well because of that effect. They look like a comic book in motion. I love this kind of game. But you could also, swing around New York. Open world. Look at that. They made the swinging mechanics a little bit better. This game was honestly peak. Like, I'm struggling if I should put this as an S, just because Spider-Man 2 is an S for me, and it really inspired this. But I enjoyed playing this game just as much as I enjoyed playing the first Spider-Man 2. It was so fun. I think maybe it would be redundant to put this as an S, but like this gets an easy A for me. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe because Spider-Man 2 was based on the movie, and I love that movie so much, it meant a little bit more to me. But goddamn, this Ultimate Spider-Man, a solid fucking Spider-Man game, one of the best out there, to be honest with you. A classic. I truly love this game. I think I'm gonna give it an A tier. I think it's an A tier. But I mean, it's with Dragon Ball Z Budokai, Third Age, GTA 3, Need for Speed Underground, like A tier, nothing to be ashamed of. What a wonderful game. So colorful, so memorable. And part of me right now feels like it could even get an S, you know what I mean? So keep an eye on it. Might change it. Let's hit you guys with... Okay, so let's talk about these two games. These are the first two games I ever bought. The Hulk and The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. When I bought my PS2 in like 2003, I think. 2003 is when I got my PlayStation 2. I got it with these two games. Lord of the Rings, The Return of... Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. And The Hulk, based on the movie. The Hulk with Eric Bana, directed by Ang Lee. They made a movie tie-in for that one. I'm going to talk about The Hulk right now. Wasn't bad. And I have a special place in my heart for it, I guess, because it was the first game I got on PlayStation. And remember, it wasn't the Incredible Hulk. It was, this one. The movie tie-in one. So you had missions as as Bruce Banner, where you had to like sneak around and do boring shit. And then missions as the Hulk, where you got to run around, break shit, and actually do the fun stuff and smash. Oh. 1 second. Got a call from my family. Excuse me, folks. Take a look at that beautiful Rivendell set. All right. Ba-bam. Yusuf says movie was so mid, I never got the game. At the time when I was young, I really liked the movie because I used to be a Marvel comic book freak. I used to love Spider-Man. So anything Marvel, anything superheroes, I was like gobbling it up. So the Hulk movie, while it was kind of shit, it was weird. It was an interesting take, to be fair, but yeah, it was kind of shit overall. But I did want the game anyways, just to, like, who doesn't want to run around as the Hulk, man? Look at that. You know what I mean? So let's take a look at the game. But yeah, I didn't love it. Even when I was young, even when I was like 12, I could tell that something was kind of off. But like, who doesn't want to run around as the Hulk for a little bit? Squeaky Clean says, game better than the movie, for real. Yeah, it was more fun for sure. The movie was like weirdly like so bizarre. Just show us some gameplay. So I just walked around, you know, punched some soldiers. Decent first game to get. Like, look, I wasn't disappointed, especially with the other game that we're going to talk about. But like, with the 1-2 punch of Lord of the Rings, I was happy. Okay, I was a Marvel fan, comic book fan. Getting to run around as the Hulk was fun. The Bruce Banner missions were kind of boring, but this kind of made up for it. I wasn't complaining. I was happy with this game as a kid. But you know, looking back at it, it's pretty average. So the Hulk is going to get, I believe, would I put it next to Quidditch? Yeah, I'd give it a C. It was a solid C at the time. Level of Quidditch. I had my fun with it when it came out. Didn't play it much after I was done, you know what I mean? Like, once I beat it, once I finished it, didn't have that longevity. But it was still a decent enough game. But I'm also tempted to give it... No, it's a D. It's a D. Sorry, guys. I had to do it. It's a D. Hulk, I'm sorry, man. You're getting a D. You're getting a D, but it's still better than an E or an F. Yes, Rahul Hussein says Hulk Ultimate Destruction, I heard was a good game. Me too. I heard it was a good game. I didn't buy it at the time. Could not have... Like, when I was a kid, if I had $60 to buy every single game that I wanted, there's so many more games that would have been on this list. I had to pick and choose, you know what I'm saying? So... I had one Hulk game. I was like, I want to get the second one, but there was also probably another game that I wanted to get at the time that I prioritized. So never got to play Ultimate Destruction, but I'm sure it was fun. I'm sure it was fun. Hulk, you get a D, but it gets added to the movie tie-in stack. I got so many movie tie-ins, bro. That's so many so far. I mean, I don't know if I'm going to count Harry Potter Quidditch because you don't technically get to play as Harry Potter. Do you? I think you can at some points. I can't remember, man. But yeah, it technically is. So, and then let's talk about my other first game. So the Hulk was the first game I got on PlayStation 2, along with Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King. Guys, I'm not even gonna waste your time. This game is fucking peak. This game is fucking incredible. I have replayed this game so many times. I would replay some of my favorite missions over and over again. Gandalf and Minas Tirith running around, smacking motherfucking Uruk-hai and orcs in the face. Love that shit. And then you could replay missions with other characters, with Sam, as Frodo, as Faramir, as Legolas. It was fucking awesome. I can't remember if I was able to use Gimli at the time, but like, this game is fucking peak. You literally replayed the whole Return of the King. The best moments of the movie, you got to replay them. The Battle of Pelennor Fields was incredible. The Battle of Minas Tirith was great. Everything in this game is great. I love it. Let's watch some footage real quick. And this game was getting like this huge revival on Twitter a few weeks ago. Everyone was talking about it. Return of the King, PS2. Look at that return. Return of the King, PlayStation 2. Full gameplay is only 2 hours? Jesus Christ. Come on. My shit crashing. Okay, let's cut to like a mission. Oh my god, I remember this. Dude, I want to play this game so bad. Graphics were great. Look at that. You're running around as Sam. You got to kill orcs. Dude, I remember this. My god, dude. Squeaky Clean says hated the Oliphants and on Pelennor Fields. They were fun. I mean, it was a hard mission, but it was so fun because it really felt like you were in the middle of a battle. Dude, this game was so fucking good. I can't turn it on because the music is gonna be like... Yep, Howard Shore. Again, any Lord of the Rings game is lucky to benefits from that Howard Shore music. Let me show you the Minas Tirith part, man. It's so fucking cool. The battle in Minas Tirith as Gandalf. Bro, look at this. Oh my god, I love this so much. God, I miss this game so much. Look how cool that is. Damn, man. And you have some more quiet missions the same where you have to like sneak around. Oh, look at this. The Oliphants. There we go. Dude, how cool is that? I mean, I'm sorry, guys. This is fucking dope. This is fucking dope. This game's a classic. One of the easiest S tiers Yeah, the graphics are incredible. Still hold up. Look at these graphics. Truly incredible. Sure is the part with when you're Gandalf, man, at first. Anyways, love this game. Let's put it up where it belongs with its brethren. Vice City, Spider-Man 2, God of War 1, God of War 2, Gun, and Lord of the Rings, Return of the King are S tiers so far. Pretty solid lineup, to be honest with you guys, of S tier games. Let's see what we have next. And this joins the list of fucking movie time games that I have. Okay. Next up, let's talk about King Kong. Peter Jackson, he directed the Lord of the Rings trilogy. He also directed King Kong. After Return of the King, this was his next movie. Peter Jackson has always been a massive fan of King Kong. He was dying to make a movie. I liked the movie. It was too long. The first hour was really boring. But overall, I think it's a pretty nice movie. But the game, it might not be an S-tier game. But this is a game that I think about quite often. This game was literally like you had to run around with bones and skeletons and sticks and like hide from T-Rexes and Velociraptors. It was so fucking stressful. It was so fucking scary. It was very much like a survival game as well as an action game. You almost never had enough ammo. If you ran out of ammo, you literally had to find sticks and find bones and throw them at the fucking dinosaurs to like distract them or like get them to leave you alone. It looked and felt incredibly immersive because there was no HUD on screen. You never got to see your health. You never got to see how many bullets you had. All you saw was just like your hands, the character. It was in first person, so super immersive. Your character like vocally mentioned like, hey, I'm running out of bullets, or like I'm low on health. Not feeling good. So very immersive. And there were parts that you got to play as King Kong himself and like swinging around trees and like punching T-Rexes in the face. So you got both of it. It was super fun. Very experimental for a game, especially for like a movie tie-in game. Like it really took risks and chances that no other fucking, some games don't even do today. King Kong PS2. Really immersive, honestly. Like, okay, this is a full game walkthrough. Let's see some footage. And the graphics were fucking dope at the time. I'm sorry, like this game looked really good. Look at that.
Jack! Hey!
Hold him back when I get that door open! Aim underneath, under his shell.
It's okay. I got enough magazines.
Looks like you're just in the water, under the rain, on Skull Island. It was so moody. The atmosphere was fantastic. The art direction was fantastic. And all of the work and like, you know, when Peter Jackson makes a movie, there's a lot of art direction. There's a lot of pre-production. Those movies are like, you know, so detailed. Every costume, every prop, and that level of detail and attention makes its way through the game. Also, it makes its way through the Lord of the Rings games. You know what I mean? They look and sound brilliant, just like the movies. But Peter Jackson had, I think, more involvement with this game, so it was a very special experience, to be honest with you. Imagine getting like a primo film director putting his input inside of a video game. Like, how fucking awesome is that? What's going on here, man? And then you could light spears on fire. Let me try to find a part where like you mess with a T-Rex. Or like where you're hiding from a T-Rex. Dude, it's so stressful. Look at that, man. Like giant centipedes. It was so terrifying all the time. Just nasty shit. Everything's trying to kill you.
Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
Okay, so this is a King Kong segment, I think. Yeah, you get to control King Kong here, man. You get to smash shit with King Kong. You get to eat reptiles. Oh, look at this. You're running in between the fucking dinosaurs, man. Fucking stampede.
Keep moving, for God's sake. There's a passage on the other side.
Like, look at that, man. That's just immersive. I don't know what else to say. It was a super immersive game.
Would you look at the size of those legs? They're like tree trunks. Keep moving, for God's sake.
Oh, I'm a big dumb investor. You're crazy, damn 'em. There's no hidden island.
This was pretty dope. Let me just find a part with a T-Rex where you're hiding from a T-Rex, because that's just so, it was really stressful. Hide T-Rex. Just give me the footage I need. Yes, there we go. Just the V-Rex.
Let's go.
Look at this segment right here, real quick. Look at that. T-Rex shows up.
Retreat!
And look, you can't kill the T-Rex, obviously. You're just trying to like distract it or like survive. You know what I mean?
Over there! Go, 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 go! Hold him back, Jack. I'll open the door.
And looking back at it now, this was probably super easy to play, but at the time, this was stressful and scary. When did this come out? 2005 as well. God damn, dude. Like, that was a busy couple years. Like, imagine facing down a T-Rex with a stick. Like, all you're holding is a fucking stick. And yeah, Rahul, they did get the cast to do the to do the voices, so super fun. I don't know. I love this game. I think this is great. It's not an S tier, not enough to be an S tier, but this is an easy A for me. And if you've never played it, I don't know if it's available to play. Someone was saying that it's available to play was on 360. Yes, Squeaky Clean says they had it on Xbox Original and 360. I think it's a dope game. If you can get access to it, it's super immersive. If you like Peter Jackson's King Kong movie, definitely check it out. Easy A for me. Love this game. Truly have very fond memories. And it's a game that I, again, regularly think about as an adult. Like years later, I haven't touched my PlayStation in years. My PlayStation 2. It's a game I have very fond memories of. So easy A. So far, the A and... Yup. I'm thinking Hitman needs to... Yeah, I'm looking at the list, and Hitman Contracts is looking a little low down there, isn't it? Okay. Let's talk Shadow of the Colossus. My all-time favorite game. I'm not going to leave it till the end. Why do that? Let's not be cheesy. This is my all-time favorite game, Shadow of the Colossus. Also, what God of War did with scale, I thought this game also did brilliantly. The whole game is just about you being this tiny little dude climbing these 16 giant colossi. You don't know why. You're trying to save this girl who's unconscious. You don't know if these things are evil, if you're evil, if you should be killing them, if you shouldn't be killing them. All you know is that you got to kill them. You have your horse. You have a sword that you point up in the sky. When the sun rays get together, you ride your horse into that direction and you fight the beasts. It is a masterpiece. I have replayed it on PlayStation 3. They keep re-releasing it every few years. It's my favorite game. I mean, at this point, I think I've played other games that I've had more fun with, but like, it was my favorite game for so long that it's always going to carry that title of like my all-time favorite game. Just like Spider-Man 2 is always going to be my all-time favorite movie. Is it the best movie I ever saw? No. Is this the best game I'm ever going to play? Probably not. But it is so good that I'm more than happy to give it this title for the rest of its life, because this game was fucking fantastic. And particularly the Colossus that flies, the Eagle Colossus, Shadow Colossus Eagle. Like, let's just watch that battle, okay? When you hang on to its wings and then you're having the most epic battle in the middle of the fucking rainy sky. Look at that. Let's just get to it real fast. You shoot the arrow, it flies down straight to you. Look at that. Bam, you jump on its wing, you grab on to dear life. I mean, look at can you believe this game came out in 2006? This is a 20-year-old game. Looks like it came out yesterday. Oh, okay, this is on PS4. Let's be fair, this is on PS4. So these are the upscaled graphics. Let's see what it looked like on PS2. PS2. Yeah, sorry, this was... I want the OG one. Yeah, it did not look nearly as good on PS2. PS2 graphics. Ominos. What's happening here? Shadow of the Colossus, PlayStation 2 playthrough. PS2 gameplay. Okay, there we go. I think it was the 5th Colossus, yes. So these are the graphics on PlayStation. So this is what it looked like originally. I just wanted to show you the real graphics. But this was still mind-blowing. I'm sorry. This was still mind-blowing all those years ago. It does not make it any less epic. Keep in mind, 20 years old. This is 20. Look, just look at the atmosphere. You see it flying in the distance, like in the fog, and you're swimming in this water. It's like terrifying. You can see it under the water. My God, the art direction in this game. So again, same thing. You get its attention by shooting some arrows, and it flies down towards you. You jump on, look at that. Grab onto its wing, and off you go for probably the most epic boss battle in the history of boss battles. And I've fought a lot of awesome bosses in video games, holding on to a giant eagle's wing as it's flying in the rainy sky, trying to wiggle you off as you try to stab it in the wings and the back. Like, I'm sorry. It was cool. And yeah, your horse, Agro! Rahul says the horse riding was cool. The horse was awesome. I loved Agro. What a beautiful horse. What a loyal friend. I also played their next game. What the fuck was it called? I played Eco, and then I played The Last Guardian, which was a cool game. It took way too long to make, of course, and it wasn't nearly as good as this, but it was still a decent game. Yeah, this is an easy map. Look how massive this creature is. Look how massive this thing is. Look at the sense of scale that it gives you. Then bam, then you run up that motherfucking thing. Look at that. You get stuck. Then you climb. You have to climb. I loved climbing them. And figuring out how to climb them is like a little puzzle. You gotta find gaps in their fur. You hold on to their fur, and you're going up higher and higher. And you risk falling off. The whole thing. What a game. What a masterpiece. My favorite game of all time to this day. Shadow of the Colossus. There's so many S's. PS2 was a golden era of video games. Like, you had to try hard. I mean, not that hard, but like, you know, to get a shitty game. So, let me zoom out a little bit so you guys can see the full thing. We got 2 games left. Let's start with Marvel Nemesis, Rise of the Imperfects. Marvel Nemesis, Rise of the Imperfects. This was a fighting game, an original fighting game by EA using Marvel's most popular characters like Spider-Man, Iron Man, Wolverine. And I think this came out, when did this come out? Oh, 2005. So this was pre-MCU. This was pre-Marvel Cinematic Universe, but this was after, you know, the X-Men and Spider-Man movies were really popular. So as you can see, you got Wolverine and Spider-Man front and center. But what this game did that was interesting is that it mixed original Marvel, like classic Marvel characters with original like bad guys, evil villains like the Imperfects that were created by EA. But it was such a shitty story, to be honest with you. And the gameplay was shit. The way you fought was shit. This was like, and I was an easy sell for this game. I was a massive Spider-Man fan. I was obsessed with the Spider-Man movies, comic books. I was collecting all sorts of comic book memorabilia and stuff. So I'm like the easiest customer to satisfy with this. And I thought this game was a piece of shit. Everyone thought this game was horrible. This is probably the shittiest game on this list in terms of score. Marvel Nemesis. Let's see. Jesus Christ, I wrote Nemesis wrong. Yep, Rise of the Imperfects. A 58 on Metacritic. All the way back in 2005. This game was horrible. This game was so bad. Let's watch a fight. All cutscenes, no. Fight. Just the fighting was horrible. It was like really zoomed out. Spider-Man versus Deadly Venom. Let's see how that went.
Well,
Like you'd think it's gonna be like Mortal Kombat or something. It's not.
I didn't know you.
Look at that. Like the environment is like really like open up, which wouldn't be the worst thing. But it just kind of sucked, man. And the Imperfects were horrible characters, horribly designed. The story was shit. Imperfect. Let's fight an imperfect. All boss fights. Ooh, Rahul says, the game gave a special thanks to Avi Arad at the end. Fuck that. Brew George, no, I have Budokai Tenkaichi 1, not Budokai Tenkaichi 3. Only the first one. But I do have Sparking Zero. Look at that fucking nasty. Yeah, like what the fuck character is that? And the Thing, oh my god, you know what the Thing looked like? Look how cursed the Thing looks like, dude. Dude, so ugly. Why does he have ears? They gave him ears. Like, oh my god. Yeah, so this game was ass. Looked like ass. The graphics sucked. It's like it's got this green tint over the whole thing. You know what I mean? It's like greenish color. All of the fun and whimsy and color from like the Marvel universe was just fucking sucked out of this. So this game, folks, it's a rare one. But Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects is getting an easy F. This was another dud. This was a waste of $60. I can't believe it. This what should have been an easy fucking layup. You know what I mean? Marvel characters fighting a bunch of like mutants. They fucked it up. They found a way to fuck this up. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? A lot of potential wasted on a horrible game. So that is the second game to join our F tier along with Final Fantasy X2. 10-2. Actually, Mission Impossible Operation Surma, I'm downgrading you to the F tier as well, my friend. You're going down to F. We got 3 games in F, and we got 1 game in D. You know what? Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get rid of this one. We're gonna put Most Wanted up here with these fuckers, and we're gonna delete E, and we're gonna merge it with F. There we go. There is no need for that E. There is no need for E. And come to think of it, Quidditch. Not Quidditch is where it needs to be. Quidditch is the only C. I'm having a hard time. Quidditch belongs in C. But now the final game, folks. Random when I know. Star Wars Battlefront. The one that started it all. There was Star Wars Battlefront 2 that came out after that I frankly did not enjoy that much. They remade Star Wars Battlefront a few years ago. Came out on like PS4 or something, right? PS4. It was first person. Also became popular again once like Andor was doing well. This is the original. This is the one that started it off. Folks, I fucking love this game. I fucking worship this game. My cousins and I played so much split screen Star Wars Battlefront. It's not even funny. We would be in the same army and we would still kill each other just to fuck with each other. This game is the best. This game is a fucking classic. I love Star Wars Battlefront. It is an easy S tier for me. What a classic game. It made you feel like you were in the middle of a fucking war. They recreated the most epic Star Wars battles on Bespin, on Geonosis. I love the Geonosis battles. Star Wars Battlefront. You had massive like 100 versus 100 battles. I got to a point where like I would get really upset with myself if I never played this online, to be fair. Like I never had in Lebanon, it was nearly impossible to connect your PlayStation 2 to the internet. So I never bothered playing online. I played it against like fucking AI. NPCs all the time, but it was fucking great. Or I played co-op with my cousins when they would come over, like my best friend Elias. Guys, this game is a fucking classic. Hoth, the Hoth map and Geonosis were by far my favorites. Hoth and Geonosis. Let's see how Star Wars Battlefront. Hoth. Oh my god. This was so nice. This was so nice. Oh, just the loading menu. Flying in the ships and then destroying the AT-ATs, flying around the AT-ATs. Or AT-ATs, I call them AT-ATs. Classic, guys. I literally like hiding in the barracks, trying to take down these AT-ATs. I love this game, guys. I fucking love this game. Star Wars Battlefront Geonosis. Geonosis was an awesome battle as well.
Over
Look
the
at
past
that.
couple of months, I've taken a look at the
Yusuf says, yeah, Hoth was God tier. Geonosis I also fucking loved. It was so satisfying because you felt like you were in the middle of the Clone War. Look at that shit.
this area hypes
Boom,
you up
baby.
for battle. Since nearly all of your allies start here, it gives the illusion of a much larger army. The Separatists get a similar feeling when spawning
It's so
at the
cool, man.
Techno
I love
Union
this game.
ship.
So fun. And just playing, there's something so simple and beautiful about playing like split screen or local co-op with your friends or your cousins. Like the fact that video games and companies are trying to, they force you to play online now. You're just more separate. It's just nice sitting next to the fucking person and playing. It was so fun, so immersive. And that's it. That's it for my PlayStation 2 collection, guys. Let's go over it one last time. Let's see what this thing looks like now. 28 games in total. So our S tier has GTA Vice City, Spider-Man 2, God of War 2, Gun, Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King, Shadow of the Colossus, and Star Wars Battlefront. Sorry, you guys couldn't see that. So S tier. There it is. Vice City, Spider-Man 2, God of War 2, Gun, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, Shadow of the Colossus, and Star Wars Battlefront. I fucking love these games. I would still play these games today, and these games had a direct impact on a lot of the things that I love today. So, and I'm still playing the God of War franchise. I'm still playing Spider-Man games when they come out. We're still playing GTA games. I'm still enjoying Lord of the Rings. Shout out Breaking.com, Rivendell set. Let's fucking go. Shadow of the Colossus will always be a masterpiece, and Star Wars Battlefront, you know, always going to be a fun game. And I haven't enjoyed Star Wars in a minute now, but, you know, I'm always giving Star Wars a chance. A tier, Dragon Ball Z, Budokai Tenkaichi 1. Lord of the Rings, The Third Age, GTA 3. Need for Speed, Underground 1, Ultimate Spider-Man, and Peter Jackson's King Kong. Again, very solid A tier right here. Brilliant games. Fucking love these guys. Super fun time. B tier, games that I still enjoyed very much, but that weren't life-changing for me, but they're still games that I think about all the time and that I very much did enjoy, despite whatever the critical response was to them at the time. Starting with very controversial Hitman Contracts. Hitman Contracts, people wanted this to be higher up on the list. Some missions really are, like the hotel mission on its own to me is like a masterpiece, but I don't think the game had that impact on me, but I'm very excited to play a new Hitman game, hopefully on stream sometime. Love that game. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Fight Night, Round 3. Mortal Kombat, Deception, and 007, Everything or Nothing. That is your B tier. C tier. This is very lonely. Very, very lonely. We got Harry Potter and the Quidditch World Cup. Fun, respectable game. You know what I mean? Not good enough to make it along with these guys, and not bad enough to be with the D tier, such as True Crime New York City, This Is Football 2005, Spartan Total Warrior, The Hulk movie tie-in game, and Need for Speed Most Wanted. That is your D tier. And finally, your F tier, folks. The shittiest of the shit. Final Fantasy X2, Mission Impossible Operation Surma, and Marvel Nemesis Rise of the Imperfects. That's what you get, motherfuckers. So that's my tier list. Let's look at just the movie tie-in games that I have. How many movie tie-in games do I have as part of my full collection? And let me know if some of these shouldn't count as movie tie-ins, but for the most part, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 movie tie-in games. I mean, there's the Mission Impossible game, which is not a movie tie-in, but like, you know, it kind of feels like it is, but we're not going to count it. So I have Star Wars Battlefront, you know, Star Wars movies, King Kong, Lord of the Rings, Return of the King, the Hulk movie game, the Harry Potter Quidditch game, Spider-Man 2, James Bond, 007, Everything or Nothing, Lord of the Rings, The Third Age, and Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Those are all my movie tie-in games. Folks, Jess Polito says, oh, I keep missing the lives. Jess, yeah, you can, well, lucky for you, you can watch the whole thing. Squeaky clean, I don't have Battlefront 2. I don't like Battlefront 2. I rented Battlefront 2 when I went to visit the States many years ago at my family's house, and I did not like it. I felt like, I don't know why, something about it felt kind of off. To me, the purity of Battlefront 1 was better. I never wanted to buy the second one. I already had all the fun. I didn't need to, it felt like the same game, just inferior for me for some reason. I don't know why, even though you could fly ships and stuff. Just didn't do it for me. I like the simplicity of the first one. If you missed the gist, you can watch the whole thing. You can rewatch the whole thing. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. We've been streaming for just a little over 2 hours. This took longer than I thought. You know, just talking PlayStation 2 games. This was very cathartic for me. Thank you for just letting me go through my collection and talking to you guys and looking at these games and looking at some footage and reminiscing. I feel pretty good about this tier list, to be honest with you guys. I feel pretty good about where things stand. Love these fucking games. So many of these games. Again, Gun particularly. Just all of these things. Battlefront. This S tier truly is a wonderful S tier. To everybody who tuned in, to all of our members, to all of our patrons, thank you so much. We love you. I'm going to be away Saturday, Sunday, but we'll be back on Monday with a brand new stream and content for members, content for patrons, and I'm going to review the Lego set. Thank you again to our friends at bricking.com. If any of you guys live in Lebanon and are looking for some awesome Lego sets, building blocks, anything, Bricking has you covered. They have the biggest collection in Lebanon to get all of the latest sets for literally the best prices. Don't take my word for it. Just check out their prices. It's barely more expensive than it costs in the States, and that is with shipping, with customs, and all of that. I don't know how they do it. Some kind of black magic. And they're Lego experts, so whatever question you have, they're more than qualified to answer you. So we'd like to thank them again. To everybody who's watching, we thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. We love you. We'll be back on Monday, so stay tuned for more streams then. If you're a gamer, if you're out there playing some video games, enjoy playing your games tonight. I'm gonna be hanging out watching some TV, and I'll see you guys next week for some gaming as well. We're gonna be playing Dark Souls 2 with Elias next week, and I might play some more Lego Lord of the Rings. Take it just casually for fun. Love you guys. Have a good night. Sarah, you should be getting your Lego set bukra, inshallah. It's with the delivery guy. They have your number. Hopefully you'll get it tomorrow. Hopefully you enjoy it. To everybody who donated today, thank you so much for the for the generous super chats. We love you. Have a good night, everyone. We will see you soon. And as always,
Do not worry.